Hello, my name is Steve Wu. I'm chair of the American Bar Association section of Science and Technology Law. Welcome. I'm here today with Jody Westby, who is chair of the Privacy and Computer Crime Committee within the section. Welcome, Jody.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us today. So Jody, tell me a little bit about your area of the law, privacy and computer crime. What do you mean by that, and what do practitioners do in this area?
Well, I like to think of privacy and computer crime as a three-legged stool. So you have privacy, and you have security, and you have cybercrime. And if any one leg is missing, the stool falls. So if you can have privacy, and you can have, but without privacy, without security, you don't have privacy, and if you have a security breach, you have a cybercrime. So we look at the realm of privacy and cybersecurity and cybercrime and how those three interconnect.
Well, that's great. So as committee chair, maybe you could tell us a little bit about the mission of the committee and what the committee does.
Well, our mission is we try to make a difference. And we've tried to do that for the past 7+ years. We've written 4 books and published them as international guides and books about privacy and cybersecurity and cybercrime. We have worked on the international stage a lot, trying to promote the harmonization of cybercrime laws, trying to promote an understanding of the difference in the different privacy frameworks, because there is not harmonization with privacy. So we really take the technical issues, the operational issues, and bring them up to the legal level and try to make sense of them.
And when you're speaking about the harmonization of laws, are you speaking about harmonization among different national laws?
Yes, there can be issues about differences in state laws, but primarily the rubber meets the road when you're talking about differences in countries' laws because of the nature of the internet and the nature of packet switching. We quickly run into many jurisdictions in this area, and if they don't have harmonized laws among the different countries, it's very difficult to track and track cyber criminal activities. And so we really want to promote a harmonized cybercrime framework globally.
Well, I think that gives me an idea of the area of the law, and the publications that you mentioned give me an idea of some of the projects that the committee has been involved with in the past. Can you tell me perhaps some of the projects that you have upcoming?
We have several. One is we have a half-day program at the GovSec conference in Washington, D.C., which is the largest conference for government information security professionals, and we have the chairman of IMPACT, which is the International Multilateral Partnership Against Cyber Threats, who is from Malaysia, who will be here, and the head of strategy for the International Telecommunication Union, which is the largest and oldest group of the United Nations. And they will lead the program, starting off with addresses. We have put together then a panel of how do we address the realities of international cybercrime and cyber threats. And then we have a really fun mock investigation of botnet activity spanning multiple jurisdictions, and are we going to be able to catch the bad guys? And so we have someone from the Department of Justice who actually was involved in the prosecution of Kevin Mitnick way back when, who is going to be our judge. And we've established a great program with a lot of fun. So that's one thing we're doing, is we have a half-day segment at a conference that brings a lot of industry and government people together. But the interesting thing is we already have over 350 people signed up for this program. And this is people that deal with government information security, and they're flocking to the international issues. So that's one thing we're doing, and it highlights the work that we've done in our committee. The other thing is we have just completed recently the ITU Toolkit for Cybercrime Legislation, which is a toolkit that we led the development of. We own the product, where we develop sample legislation for developing countries around the world to look at, to to use in drafting their cybercrime laws. And now what we have committed to do is to take a matrix that we started out with of looking at different countries' cybercrime laws, mainly developed nations and Council of Europe, but some developing countries. And we've agreed that we will review any country's cybercrime law they bring to us, and we will then post it on the matrix so that we have a very credible matrix and we can put it online at the United Nations. So countries will hopefully be incentivized to have a cybercrime law that then is up to standards globally. We are also updating our 3 books, the International Guide to Cybercrime, International Guide to Privacy, and International Guide to Cybersecurity. And we're working on updating the International Guide to Cybercrime. We'll have a target of finishing that within the next couple of months, and then we'll start with Privacy book next. And so there's a lot of opportunity for people to join in this work in whether it's privacy or cybercrime or cybersecurity areas.